Hey guys, so a lot of you guys are asking me like what happened in those last few photos. First and foremost, thank you for all the well wishes and everything. I'm doing a lot better now. I just wanted to explain what happened. So I was at the dog park with my husky. I have a husky. She's 4 years old. She's about 40 pounds. She's very skinny and her name's Luna. Everyone who knows Luna knows how sweet she is. Like, for real, she's never had any problems. She's very calm and just doesn't really get into it. She's on the skinnier side because when she was younger she was like malnurtured and everything, so I got her healthy. She's healthy, but she's only 40 pounds, which is extremely skinny for a dog of her breed. So anyways, as a dog mom, I take her to the dog park almost every day just so she releases some of her energy. We go on walks. She eats, the science diet food and everything, so she's good. It's normal for us to be at the dog park. She has her dog friends or whatever, and then I'm friends with like the dog parents. I know it sounds crazy to some of you guys, but it's a thing, and it was something that I was a part of. At this park, they're supposed to like have your dog registered. I have my dog registered, and all her friends, which are the other dog parents, have their dog registered. You got to show proof of all their vaccines, your driver's license, your car, like everything. You have to show them. And if you're not registered, you're not supposed to enter the park. But obviously people don't follow the rules, and so a few days ago this one couple entered the park with their dog. Their dog was a mixture of a border collie and an Australian shepherd, so it had a lot of hair on it. It was black and gray, like it had black and gray spots because of like, I guess, the Australian shepherd side, but it was also like, it looked like it was mixed with a border collie. I believe the name of the dog was Ace. And so as soon as this couple starts walking towards the gate and they get to the gate, their dog Ace starts barking mad loud, like very, very aggressive. And so some of the people started leashing up their dogs, including me. I leashed up mine because I was like, if this dog is aggressive, I've never seen this dog before. At that point, I had already been at the dog park for like an hour, so I was like, I'm gonna just head out. They proceed to walk in, and when they let the dog off the leash, it went to the other side of the park. So I was like, okay, not bad, whatever. And I was like, you know what, maybe I can stay for like 10 more minutes. It was still like during the day, so I was like, oh, there's still light outside, like whatever, I'll stay for 10 more minutes. I did this because Luna still wanted to play, because she always has a lot of energy, and I don't mind staying at the park for a long time, but I always get worried when I see new dogs, and I should have known better. Sorry if I'm like out of breath. I just like don't really like talking about things like this, but yeah. So Luna is at the water fountain. I'm still letting her play like for 10 more minutes, and I see Ace come down to like our side. Luna's playing with like her friends. One thing about her, she's not gonna play with nobody that she doesn't really know. And I see that Ace kind of like gets close to her and is like, kind of making those noises like he's not feeling her. And she won't do anything. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, she's not like, okay, like it's time to fight or this and that. She won't do that. So immediately I'm watching this behavior, and I see that he kind of tries to go attack her, but I'm immediately, since I was right there, I grab him and I'm able to neutralize the situation, because obviously the owners are, in a little corner. Like, they're not too far from him, but they're like talking ish. They're not really doing nothing. Like, pay attention to your dog. Your dog has shown aggression since the get-go. Like, that's already a red flag for you to be like, I'm gonna stay on top of his every move, you know what I'm saying, throughout the whole park. But clearly they're new, they're not knowledgeable, and they're not probably the best dog owners. But I was there, so I was able to neutralize it, and I gave Ace to the owners. I'm already mad at this point because I knew that dog was trying to attack Luna, and I was like, I need to get out of here. The logical thing to do was like, his dog has shown aggression multiple times and your dog just tried to attack mine. You should leave. Like, honestly, why'd you come in the first place? But they didn't leave. At bare minimum, I thought he was gonna wait at least till I left. And obviously protocol is usually that you hold your dog for like 5 minutes, have them sit so that they calm down and get rid of some of like that anger and aggression. Kid you not, this man waited like 1 minute, told his dog, oh, just calm down, whatever. And while I'm debating, like, do I get the leash first but then leave Luna unattended, or should I just take her with me? The dog's already loose, and I see him going towards Luna. This time around, he came even more angry and with more aggression, because of course he wasn't successful with his first attack, so he was like, he's gonna nail it in the second one. The owners didn't act correct at all. Like I said, they didn't even hold the dog, they didn't even like reprimand him, they didn't leave, and they didn't wait for me to leave. This all happened so quick, so I was just trying to figure out how to react the best way in the quickest time that I could.
So at this point, Ace came bolting towards Luna, and obviously with more anger and aggression, and his teeth were out, so I knew he was ready to attack. Luna has only gotten into an altercation like this once before in her life, and it was with a pit bull. And I was able to hold the pit bull back because he had like a collar, I think it was on, and I had dug my hand into the collar, held the pit bull back because I knew it wasn't my dog. Like, I'm not just saying that because I'm the owner of my dog, but she never starts anything, and everyone at the park always knows her, and they will grab her if anything. And the same thing basically happened here. The only difference is because he was so ready to attack her immediately, and he had already tried and was unsuccessful, and the owners did nothing to try to calm him down. I was like, this is going to be instant. It was just a minute between the first attack, or the first attempted attack. So I was scared that by the time I would have gotten behind Ace, right, because Luna and him are just like looking at each other, but Luna starts kind of getting a little bit lower, like she gets intimidated, obviously, and I was just like, she's not going to defend herself. She doesn't know how to. She's never bit a dog. She's not going to bite. Of course, if she's like in this dog's mouth, she's probably going to try to like escape, but she doesn't know how to fight him off, and she's 40 pounds, pure bone, like, you know, I've fed her everything, like that has nothing to do with what she's eating. She's just skinny, and her neck is very thin, and that's where he was going towards. And I was like, if he gets her, she's done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, I could sustain the injury. I don't know if she will be able to. And so obviously I wanted to go behind Ace and pull him off, like, you know, from behind, so that I didn't get hurt, so Luna didn't get hurt, so nobody got hurt. But I was too scared that if I did that, he would already have attacked Luna, done the damage, and possibly not let her go, or have just already like really, really like hurt her. So essentially I got in front of Luna, which meant I was in front of Ace. And when he was ready to attack, instead of attacking Luna, he obviously attacked me. So Luna has no injury to her, thank God. But yeah, he attacked me. He left a really bad wound on my arm. It still hurts, and that's why I ended up in the urgent care and the ER and everything. And obviously I had dug my nails like into his fur and stuff, and I was just trying to hold him because he's like going like this, like, you know, side to side, everything, and that's where all my bruising came in. So I'm trying to hold him because the owners are like, they don't even know what to do. So then the guy comes over to get his dog. Once I basically calmed his dog down, like, that's crazy to me. I had to like put all my weight onto this dog, and I was not even yelling at I was just like holding him down, like, you know, it's like, stop attacking me, and you're definitely not gonna attack my dog, like, you're not gonna touch her. And so I'm holding him down and everything, and then the owner, like, they were a couple, the guy comes over to get his dog, and obviously I was so upset. Your dog just attacked me, and I was just, the first thing I said was like, how dumb do you have to be to let your dog like out of your hands? Because I don't even think he leashed him for that 1 minute. How dumb do you have to be to let your dog out after your dog tried to attack my dog, and now look what it resulted in? Like, how, like, did it not sit to you that maybe I should hold the dog, maybe I should leave, whatever? So I'm yelling at this man. I'm like, how dumb do you have to be to do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? And like the girlfriend obviously didn't appreciate probably that I was yelling at her man. So she starts saying like, relax, bitch. Like, she starts cussing at me, yelling at me. And that did it for me. You know, I should have been smarter and been like, all right, you know what, Patricia, like, you're bleeding, you're hurt, you need to get to an urgent care, your dog's okay. All the dogs were okay, including Ace. I should have been like, what's your license plate? Like, what's your driver's license? Things like that. But obviously I got so heated at this lady yelling at me when her and her dog and her lack of knowledge and her boyfriend or whatever are the cause of all this. So everyone's kind of like telling me, like, but they're like, Patricia, calm down, da da da, like, because everyone knew me, and they're like, you're bleeding, let's take care of this, like, they're not even worth it, whatever. So yeah, the guy left to the car. He was driving a black Ford truck. The girl's still yelling at me. Me and her going back and forth. Thought we was gonna fight and everything, but we didn't. She ended up leaving. I tried to take a picture of the license plate, but they were low-key slick with it. They started backing up, and I was only able to get a picture of the front, but then when they turned, I low-key got a picture of the back as well. At that moment, obviously I was bleeding, I was hurt, I was wounded, whatever. Someone from the park went to the car, they got hydrogen peroxide, they put it on me, they put a band-aid just to hold me over until I got to urgent care. At urgent care, they didn't do any stitches because they don't do stitching there, and or at least at the one I went to. They gave me an antibiotic, they cleaned up the wound, they put a a Bactroban on it, and then they wrapped it and sent me to the ER. Obviously, I had to take matters into my own hands because I don't know this dog. I don't know the owners. They obviously are not very good owners. Dogs have a lot of like, or they can have a lot of like diseases and viruses, and it can be easily transmitted. And I had no information about this dog, or like, is he vaccinated, or, you know, the owner's nothing. So I wasn't gonna be irresponsible and be like, oh, due to the fact that I don't have their information, or I'm not gonna get my medical bills covered from them or whatever, I'm just gonna sit here and hope that it's nothing. I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm in charge at the end of the day of my health, of my self, of my well-being. So even though I had nothing to do with what happened, like, that wasn't me, that was a dog, it was unexpected. Obviously, I had to take the right precautions and measurements to avoid anything that could potentially like develop or harm me long term. Both dogs were fine. Ace was fine. Luna was fine. The only person hurt was me. I didn't realize that I was truly bleeding, or that the wound was as deep, until I really like left the park. And like I said, I went straight to the urgent care, in which they really couldn't treat me, so I had to go to the ER. Once I'm in ER, they had to go through with like some injections. Like I said, I wanted to be vaccinated against everything, due to the fact that I knew nothing about this dog, and I wasn't gonna know anything about this dog. So it was better to be safe than sorry, because some of these viruses or disease or stuff like that that these dogs can transmit can be deadly. So I was like, I had to take matters into my own hands, and that's it. Like, be responsible for me and for what I have going on in that moment. Not like, oh damn, I should have gotten their information, this and that. They were uncooperative. They were yelling at me. They weren't gonna give it to me, and I tried, but I couldn't. So, so they started injecting me, obviously, like at the hospital. One of the vaccines that they had to give me goes according to like the wound size, and I guess because it wasn't like a super big wound, but it was deep, they had to give me 12 mLs of just one vaccine, in which obviously they had to divide it into multiple shots because it was just too much. So I got a total of 15 injections yesterday, and they were really, really painful. Like I said, I got 15 in total. It was like 2 here, 5 around the wound, 3 back here where the bruising was, 2 on my upper thigh, 2 on my butt, both left and right side, and I think I got like maybe 1 more up here. I don't know. It was just all over my body, and the needle like actually going into my skin is not what hurt. It was the actual solution. And let's say she did like 2 mLs, right? When she was like at 1.5 of having like put it into me, I started like crying because it was just stinging so bad. She had to inject one of the needles into the actual wound. So in my open area, blood, everything, skin, dead, like live skin, she had to inject the needle in there, and I was in so much pain. So yeah, the first shot, or the first injection, had to be injected into the actual open wound. So I was super nervous. I didn't even want it at like, once I got oriented on everything that they had to do to me just to prevent all these things, I was like, I don't even know if I should. But they were like, you have it was a 1% chance of death. And I was like, I don't want to risk that. You know what I'm saying? I know the 99% is that I won't, but the 1% is that I could die. Like, no, if I get this vaccine, and even if like the dog had nothing, I was like, I'm guaranteeing no death. And like, so I was like, it's not worth me possibly being that 1% and not being here. And so I went through. I was obviously super nervous. She was like, the nurse, she was like honestly nervous herself. She felt so bad because, like I said, it wasn't a huge wound, but it was deep. So it was a lot of like mLs that she had to inject into me, and she had to divide them. Initially, she tried to do 3 mLs at a time, but it was like she was injecting it. Like I said, the needle didn't hurt, but once that solution started stinging, I was like, I can't, like, please, I can't, and I was trying to stay strong. I didn't say I can't, but I was like, I'm in so much pain, like, I was like that. And I wasn't really talking to her. I was just letting her do her thing. I had my hands over my eyes, and I was just crying, and I was like, please, like, it was just, I hadn't cried like that in so long, and I was trying to stay strong because I knew I needed these injections, but it was painful. And the first one, it was in the wound. After that, it was around the wound, and then after that, it was around my body. So, I guess it kind of got better, but all 15 essentially kind of hurt. They did hurt. So yeah, but now, I'm home now. I've been taking my antibiotic. I'm recovering. And my spring break actually just started today, but all my spring break I'm probably just gonna be recovering. At first I couldn't wet the initial wound for like 24 hours. I had to miss class and work all day yesterday, and like I said, I couldn't wet the wounds. And then even now, like, it just hurts. Like, my arm hurts, the wound hurts. The other injections around my body are okay, but the like wound itself on my arm hurts, and I can't, like, this is the arm that I write with and do everything with, so it's my right arm. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna stay inside. I mean, the weather's kind of bad anyway, so I'm like, whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna be inside because I just want to recover. And the most important thing is that, like, I am recovering. I have the tools to recover. I feel a lot better. I'm going back on Sunday for another dose of the vaccine, but it's just one versus the 15. And obviously, Luna is completely fine. And so, yeah, I just wanted to share that. But thank you guys so much for worrying, for all your positive comments and get well, messages. I'm doing a lot better. So, yeah, moral of the story is, if your dog's aggressive or shows aggression, don't bring it to the park at all. Don't risk it. Walk it. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't trained to be friendly, don't go to the dog park. This dog park was small. Everyone knows each other. I didn't think it would happen because I know everyone's like, well, dog parks is where the fights happen. Like, I didn't think it would happen because it's always the same group, same dog, same everything. It just so happens that these random people came with their dog that day, and they had no idea what they were doing. So, that's it. But yeah, thankfully we will all be okay. So I just wanted to share with you guys. But I love you guys and hope you have a wonderful day.